everyone, and welcome to Here to Help. I'm Laura Harman, and me and my husband Daniel Harman, we co-lead City Life Church, and I'm here with the man who taught me all about money, my dad. So do you just want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Paul Keeping. I am a big part of the church that Daniel and Laura run for 27 years now, long before Daniel and Laura were actually running it. I'm a local businessman. I run my own business, and I've over the years had to learn a lot about money and how to manage it and how to actually deal with money coming in and when there's not enough money coming in, and how we actually sort of structure things, pay things, and budget in a sense. So it's something I just want to share with you today. I'm not an expert, right? That's Martin Lewis's job, but I just want to share some very practical tips today along with Laura as to how we can help you manage your money a bit better. Take some of that negative worry that you have. Take some of that mental health pressures that you have away from you by some simple tips today, if that's okay with you, Mark.
Great. We just wanted to be here to help you because we know that this is a difficult time financially that people are going through. So we want to share some tips, like my dad just said. We want to share some tips with you, some helpful hints, things that you might be able to do around your home, things with your bills. So, Dad, do you just want to go ahead and share?
Each month, through various ways, through salaries, through gifts, maybe through support mechanisms from the government or local councils. But what a lot of us don't really understand is what actually goes out, right? Where does it go? How many of us ask that question at the end of the month? Where did that go, right? And really what we want to look at today is how do we actually change that? And to me, the obvious way of doing that is to create a budget. What I will say is creating a budget doesn't solve the problem, but it does let us get a handle on the issues that are there. And I would not be surprised to see if when we start creating a budget, or you create a budget, you suddenly think, wow, look at what I'm spending here. I've heard people say to me, I didn't realize how much money I spent on takeaways over a month, right? For me personally, sometimes it can be lunches at work. You pay a $5 for a decent sandwich, a bag of crisps, a drink and whatever. And you take that $5 by 5 days, and then you take it by 4 weeks. And all of a sudden you've got £100 gone out of your account in a month. And you think, where does it actually go? And so creating this budget will actually look at those sort of things. And there are ways around dealing with that. And that's something that Laura and maybe other guests in further videos will actually share with you, right? One of the things I will say is I think Google have some great spreadsheets. You can download them, print them, and start writing in and working them out yourself. But one of the great websites I found was the Money Advice Service, which is set up by the government. It's free to use. And within that, they have a create a budget application. And if you click on it and then start filling everything in, it will ask you questions. Is this weekly? Is this monthly? Whatever. And it does all the calculations for you. It takes time, but it is a worthwhile investment of your time because it would just so, put everything into place. One of the big issues we find over a year is birthdays, and you think, oh, I've got all this, I've only got this to pay this month, and then suddenly birthdays come up, and a classic for us is October. As a family, my wife and I have 4 birthdays on 4 consecutive days in October, and suddenly you think, gosh, that's going to knock a big lump out of our money that month, right? So it does take time to set a budget up, but it is a worthwhile investment, and I just encourage you to spend the time doing it. Laura.
So I totally agree with that. Making a budget is one of the best things that we ever did, and you're the one who taught me how to do that when we first got married. You taught me how to budget and manage our money, and that was amazing. And one of the things that we've recently done is we've changed our banking over to an app. So there are a couple of apps around that you can do that with. One is called Monzo. There's Starling. I know there's other ones, but it really helps you to incorporate what Paul's just talking about budgeting. It allows you to put pots on there where you can put your money away. You can even split your money for your food into 4 pots across the month, 4 or 5 pots, so that you don't waste your money in a week. So we generally split our money across 4 weeks of the month if there are four, and we put a set amount in each pot, and we don't touch the second week pot until we get to that. So it's been amazing for us to be able to budget and really just be able to manage our money better. So you can go on to the Play Store or App Store. You can download those apps, and it's just a really helpful tool to be able to use.
I think what I will say is that has come home to roost in a sense, because Laura complimented me first of all on being the person that taught her all that she knows, and then Laura's actually gone back and taught her mother how to use Monzo. And Julie, my wife, finds it really useful to do that and to use that. Yeah, I think one other key point I'd like to mention today, and these are only going to be short little video clips, is generosity. Right? I think being a generous person changes your mindset. If you create an area or an aura of generosity around yourself, putting others first in some cases, it does change your mindset. And personally, like being a Christian, belonging to what I believe is a great generous church, I tithe, which is a thing that I'm taught to do by the Bible. I tithe 10% of my income, and that money is used by my church to meet the needs of others in a less fortunate position than I am, in our local community, in our city, in our nation, and in our world. And as I say, we've just got involved with a organisation called Fair Share, where we're just starting to use that to send food parcels out to our local community and support those that have the need and meet the need where it's at. Laura.
Yeah, that's great. So I just wanted to share with you a couple of things. When I was thinking about how I could reduce my bills, I decided to look at my weekly outgoing for my shopping, for my groceries. And I decided to look at it and think, what things could I cut back on, or what things do I not need to use? What things are luxuries? And there are simple little tips out there that I found most of these on YouTube or Pinterest or just on Google by Googling them. And a couple of things I do are I wanted to eliminate some things from my shopping list. So I went out and I bought, this is an eco egg. So it means that you don't have to use laundry detergent. So you just pop it in your washing machine, and it's 720 washes, and I think it cost me £22 on Amazon or something like that. And you just put it in the wash. So this lasts 720 washes. So I haven't bought washing powder for a long time. And I did the same thing with these dry balls. So instead of buying Comfort or Lenore, I just put these in the wash, and I've had these for about 3 years now, and they cost me £10. So that's another cost that I don't have going out of my weekly shopping bill. Another thing that I do is I make my own surface spray. So this is just water, castile soap, and a little bit of tea tree oil, and it probably cost me about 50p for a big bottle that I've got downstairs to make up. So that's another cost that I managed to eliminate from my weekly shop. And another thing I did was I love reusable anything, because I don't like throwing things away. But I bought reusable they're like face pads instead of cotton wool. So when I take my makeup off at night, I use these, and then I pop them in the wash and wash them, and they're just amazing. I had a friend actually who made these for me. So that's another cost that I managed to eliminate from my weekly shop. And then another one is, this is just a really simple tip, but I used to spend lots of money on facial toners. So I would buy the expensive ones, and this is just rose water from the supermarket aisle. It's from the cooking aisle, actually. It costs 50p, and this is what I tone my face with now instead of the £5 toners that I used to buy. And then one last tip is I bought a foaming hand soap dispenser. And when I buy my hand soap from the supermarket, I actually only use a quarter of it, and I fill it up in the bottom a quarter, and then I fill the rest up with water. And I can get 4 lots of hand soap out of one lot that I would have normally used. So one will last me a long time instead of what it used to last me. So those are just a couple of tips on how you can cut down your supermarket shopping and make it a little bit cheaper every week. And I probably save maybe £15 a week doing that. So it's just a great way to save money. So we've loved having you join us for this episode, and we want to let you know that you can join us online Friday at 9 a.m. and you can join us Sundays at 10:30 and 6 p.m. if you just go to our Facebook page, you just pop in City Life Church Portsmouth. You can search for us on Google and look online. And all of these tips we share, we're going to try and put those on our website. Create a link that you can use to find some budget plans and things that Paul shared. So thank you for joining us. Do you want to say bye and thank you?
It's been great sharing with you. So thank you very much and bye.